Dear colleagues, I'd like start my topic today with a small introduce how the mm, Jesus we have a lot of the news and so the very difficult to allocate as the main of which what I listened already. And so the I think we have uh, the story with the controversy with the NATO and Russia in the thanks so-called the Green Deal in the Black Sea. Also the before the before the St. Petersburg meeting Africa and Russia. We have a statement, and Africa's fight is very strong. And but I think we'll start the comment how the personal guard of the Niger President Mohamed Ebon uh, have attempted to arrest the president due to the conversation with the guard is not very good. Have the bad end. And so if you know Chewbacca Wagner, one of the branch of Chewbacca Wagner, Jesus, in the Central African Republic, have Russian colonel, someone Sergei Prishvili. And so the Chewbacca have distribution in Mali and other countries. So the Africa stories is a very a strong situation, and we have biggest attack, biggest fight in the democracy, diplomacy activities, State Department, and Russian President Vladimir Putin personality. So, in particular, Russian President Vladimir Putin told about the help with the Africa, Ethiopia countries, where the Russia, Soviet Union and Russia prepared 20,000 students with higher education for the count of the Russian budget. And totally the Russia have a special university, so called the Friendship of the People in Moscow, where the since the Soviet period, studying, teaching mostly students from Asia, Africa, and South America. Jesus, and not only including India, China, and others. Meanwhile, in particular, Chinese student studying in Russia in the university in the Siberia and Vladivostok. Also, the Indian student studying in the Ukraine, and so the um, Russian aggression forced most of it to leave these countries. But Ukraine right now have a fight with corruption, and the main story of it will have how the Pentagon give granted new help in the size 400 million billion US dollar for 400 million US dollars, which for the safety of the anti-air system and ammunitions uh, ammunition, and totally this is a very timely because Russian shooting at this Nikolaev port buildings and near the border of the Romania. Certainly, NATO and US media um, don't to make that they have not to know about it. And NATO have a special statement about situation of the in the Black Sea, where the one of the don named of Russian Federation about the dangers for the sea swimming or ship roads uh, have relationship with the excluded economic zone of the Bulgaria. And NATO promised to increase the observation in this participation in this location of the Black Sea. So the dangers for the sea roads in the west part of the Black Sea pass between the Izmini Island and the Crimea Peninsula. And certainly the benefit of the Russian Black Sea allows to the Kremlin controlled all the roads, sea roads, and certainly Ukraine has a possibility to the export the grain in the previous reserve. And here the near coast countries, Bulgaria, Romania protested about it via the NATO structure. This is correct, and here we must to note how the Turkey don't involve Moscow in the conversation process about to recovery of the Green Deal. This is the totally net have a benefit as a diplomacy at the diplomacy front in this situation due to the green as additional condition argument green Ukraine sent an expert to the by the railway in Greece, in particular, or even in the Adriatic. So uh, this is a difficult decision for the Kiev. Now, the government, Denis Shmyhal and Vladimir Zelensky, but the nobody sent to the Kremlin invitation about to the Jesus to the recovery the Green Deal. This is, as I said, this is a bad map, bad card for the Kremlin with the nearest summit in St. Petersburg, Africa summit, Russia and Africa, Russia, and so not only the mm, where the Russian regions have not enough money for the abuse safety. They involve uh, budget money for the help Africa, for the free send food into Africa, and not only for the largest leads, leaders, not good. Not idea, and they certainly they pay money for the budget money to the Perfili group and others suspended structures incorrect. Jesus and here here Vladimir Putin and his surrounding themselves shooting and so the African country despite the wish of some African countries and sub-Sahara to play game with against with the trade with Europe and the United States for the getting credits, not all others. And here we have a very changed situation in Africa, how the China have not biggest interest for the next investment in these countries. And the African countries must be think and calculation that this is another change situation in the market or the investment in this continent. Before the second part of my topic, and we'll continue, we will take about enforcement situation. So the Trevor Reed, who the FSB arrested in the Moscow with how he has attacked Russian policemen, and Trevor Reed was changed one of the Russian blogger and he have injured in the Ukraine how he's I forgot to see this is a word, so sorry. He get he incurred after the Russian mine, and so after it he was evacuated into the Germany as an individual. He has a personal responsibility for the fight with the Russian aggression into the Ukraine. And certainly he have a personal motivation to the presence to the presented in Ukraine own feeling against the Russian aggression. Another story before the story with Ilyas Kashkov, I must tell how the business of Ivan Gershkovich, the journalist of the Wall Street Journal, have can to the continue. Despite how the at first FSB, Federal Secret Services in Lubyanka refused to have talks about it. Americans found the figure who can to use for the change with the Yashkovich. This is one of the Russian blogger and cyber criminal, someone Igor Dunaev, which South Korea sent out of the Korean prison to to the United States, and mm, so despite that we have that official statement out of the State Department, so the media told about the possibility of it of the change to life out of the Gershkovich. And and it's very interesting how the business just Kashkov, this is maybe about not very interesting. It is impossible that in Russia the cyber firm was created without the special structures, without enforcement, maybe the Federal Secret Service. But I don't know how the Ilya Sashkov, the leader and founder, suddenly uh, become as betray and another bad words. So this is a young man, young entrepreneur, uh, had I think this is version is maybe correct due to that how he destroyed relationship with the so-called roof and the controversy between the some structures is the in internal structure of the Federal Secret Service. As an argument, I'd like to tell about the Sergei Mikhailov, the colonel, another colonel of the Lubyanka, in Lubyanka, who get the term 22 years by this article of the Criminal Code of the Russian Federation. Jesus, and so the another side of this story. This is a very tragedy for the Russian people when the controversy between some structures of in enforcement goes to the sent into the prison several people and former workers and will wonders of these structures. At this background, very like logo how the White House have like captains of the three Nobel prize of the peace since Belarus, Russia, and Ukraine, and totally how the struggle for the human rights and freedom. And so this is a very significant significant story, and mostly of the colleagues in Belarus and Russia right now have a place in the prison. And here in particular memorial which the Algerian memorial This organization was advice help to the repression people who had repression in the Stalin's period in 36, 38. And repression and cleaning structures, military structures, informal structures, and party structures was big the blue fishka of the Stalin's regime before the Second World War. The cleaning of the army in the army was one of the largest argument for the Hitler's decision to the attack of the Soviet Union in the 1941. I am telling about it due to one of the general and major, the chief of common chief of the 86, 88 army had Audi protest after the Prigozhin's story. Certainly he already did the service in the uh, Russian army. But this time, Sergei Shoigu arrived in the Pyongyang, where was the celebration the end of the Korean War, 1853, 88. This is the first time. So the North Korea have a base of the Russia and China. And Russia, right in this situation, Kremlin never to refuse support of the North Korea. And the last topic of today, I have very pleasure to saying about the recovery productive in the Boeing aerospace company, where the main plant in the Everett have a plan increasing the mostly popular models 737 and Dreamliner. If you remember, Dreamline by Ethiopian Airlines fell down. After this story, Boeing termination productive for the reconstruction electronic system electronic system of this airjet. And then pandemic and other stories and etc. But Boeing have a plan to supplies in the market 80 issues of this plane. So thank you. Bye bye.